And while that's occurring, Mr. Cardinale, if you could come up and grab a microphone. And, yeah, free microphones are a rare to go. Okay. And if you could check just to see that it's on and that you're projecting well enough so that people can hear. Test. Okay. All right, Mr. Cardinale. Site 6.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This will be an update on the progress of field work at Site 6. The overview of this presentation will include the project goals, a description of the sites, 2 distinct portions of the site. We'll describe those. The status of the field work. We'll show you some photos of some technicians doing some work out in the field, and also our milestones to complete the project. And we'll have some questions at the end. Our goals were to investigate and look for any radiological contamination on Site 6 due to historical activities and also current environmental restoration efforts. And the historical activities were a salvage area, and the current environmental restoration efforts were storage of low-level radioactive bins. Also, we want to achieve unrestricted free release of Site 6 so that we can continue with the follow-on chemical cleanup, which will start after my project is complete. Near the 2 areas of the site, the former firefighting training school here is where they staged low-level radioactive waste bins from 07 to 14, and the former parking and storage salvage area here where it was an old salvage yard which may have handled some scrap. So when in some of the scrap areas there has been known to find some radium markers or paint. I'm glad to say that the field work is complete. All the excavation, all the scanning of the soil is complete. We did excavate to date 1,650 cubic yards of soil, mostly from that salvage area. There was 1 low-level radioactive object found. It was a marker. You might be able to see it better on the paper, but it's about the size of a quarter, and it's being stored on site until it can be, EMS will properly dispose of it off site. Here are some pictures of some technicians doing some field work. Here they are removing some thin layer of soil on top of a concrete area so they can scan it. Here's a picture of somebody using the scanning equipment right there. Also, we scanned and sampled the asphalt areas where they would core out the asphalt, have that analyzed, and also some soil samples that was removed from Survey Unit 6, which is over there in that former salvage area. There was a transformer near building 461. Should have said at the beginning, here's the site. Site 6, here's building 461. This transformer was inactive, but to get to the former ground surface, it had to be removed. Here are some gamma walkover surveys of the asphalt within the low-level radioactive waste storage area. Here's the pad from the transformer there. It was completely removed, and then the soil was scanned underneath. And here's a picture of them removing some of the concrete debris. What we have is to deliver a draft final status survey report, which will include all the data that we've accumulated. And that is due out in November 2015.
Okay, so next will be Danielle Janda. Danielle, you've got... Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
I think this one actually can't go to you, but you might be able to answer because you haven't been here anywhere near as long as Dave has.
Okay.
But that inactive transformer during the PCB removal action. Who was it at that time? Shaw was, in fact, it was Pete Bourgeois, was removing all of those inactive transformers or cleaning, testing and cleaning transformers and their pads. Why was that one not handled in that program?
I believe it was closed out under a previous transformer cleanup program that the Navy actually did.
So it wasn't
It was
part.
empty. So he did not have to do anything with it.
And it was completely disconnected. So it was within an area that needed to be radiological surveyed, so maybe that had something to do with it.
In the past, if there was a transformer that was not used, it got out. They took it out.
Sure, this one was just left in place, the actual shell of it, just because it was so large.
Yeah.